Am I live? Tweaking things on my end. Uh, hmm. It's here. Oh, hey Patrick, how's it going? Just a moment here. Didn't quite remember the settings from last time. What's up, Wally? How's it going? John Rogers, how's it going? Now, welcome to the Saturday show. I assume everybody can hear me. Pardon if you heard that notification. I got a channel I followed dropped a notification. I'm gonna drop a video at 7 p.m. So it's like I'll watch it later. uh, Suddenly I can't navigate YouTube. Here we go. There we go. I've got audio. I'm in there. Uh, oh, what's up, Swanee? It's Carlin. Thank you. How are you guys doing on a Saturday? How's your day been going? Feels like we haven't seen each other in, well, days are 2 days long for me, but I know it's only been 24 hours. Get this on live chat. Yeah, that's right, Swanee. Carlin has more Saturday shows than, quite frankly. Yeah, that's true. He said he's going to be starting them up again. Well, probably not in June, but he said he's got plans to. So that will be interesting if and when he does go live for his Saturday shows, since I mean Frank never goes live on a Saturday show before 9 p.m. So what would happen is that I would do a normal Saturday show probably at the same time, and then he would go live at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, whenever he decides. And then he's live for like an hour and a half to 2 hours when Frank does a Saturday show. He doesn't just go live for an hour and then quit. Some people do that. They're like, hey, I'm going to be live. And they're live for like 20 seconds. It's like, well, I didn't have time to pull up my equipment and sit down before it started. Yeah, Frank seems to have some, well, he's got family, so he does like stuff with them on the weekend, like outside things, seems like. And I turned up the brightness on myself. I didn't, I mean, my lighting is kind of the same, but I just found where the setting was to fix that. I don't know this equipment. I clearly have been doing this for 18 years like Frank has, and I'm just putting up the facade that I don't know how to conduct myself on the internet. It's all a farce. Going for my, you know what they don't have and what they should have, what they should do. I know they would take this the wrong way and do the wrong thing with it and give it to the wrong people, but there really needs to be, since it doesn't mean anything anymore, the Oscars, but for YouTubers, like just for internet personalities. Like if you've been on, TV, if you've been on in movies, anything like that, it doesn't count. But if you've done, like, you've just been on, if you haven't been on a camera before, the only time you have been on camera is on YouTube. And like that's where all of your fame comes from. Like just those type of people have an Oscars for that. And you can do categories like dramatic people and your serious people and your video game players and people who do current events, things like that. That would be fun. Swanee, doing stuff with family is overrated. That's true. That's why I keep my family time to just 2 hours between 7 and 9 p.m. 6 days a week. And that's pretty good. You can get if you can squeeze all your family time into 2 hours every night, that's great. Sometimes it would be nice to have more, but it's okay. You can do a lot in 2 hours. It does fly by. Oh, so much happened this week. I'm glad we had a full week, quite frankly. Oh yeah, and smash the like button if you haven't already. You know you're gonna like the show. We're gonna be talking about quite frankly, from the last week. So if you can remember any of that past 2 days ago, which I had to take notes for, we're gonna hit on that a little bit since if not, it would be me covering this full week and then next week, which is a half a week, on the following Saturday. So instead of doing it like that, getting everything covered this week, and then next week it's going to be, quite frankly, for 3 days, and then me for 3 days. Frank is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then I'll be on Thursday the 4th, Friday the 5th, and then my usual Saturday the 6th show. So that will be it'll be fun. It's gonna be roughly the same temperature. Not as hot, just humid, so not as bad. Not as bad. I'm not as worried about the electronics. That's what it is. It's not, I don't mind if it's warm, but the laptop seems to, but it seems to be okay for now. And this feels like it was so long ago. I cannot believe this was only Monday. I'm actually going to look at a calendar. No, this was Tuesday. What happened on Monday? Uh, okay. Well, I thought I took notes for Monday, the 24th. Wait, there was a show that day. Yeah, okay. I have absolutely no recollection of what happened on the Monday show, and I didn't take any notes for it, so I won't be covering Monday. While he's asking if I watch fireworks anywhere on the 4th. So what does happen is, well, since they've cut down some more trees out here, I can look out the window out here, and if you look right over where a tree used to be, you can see where they set off the fireworks at Cedar Point. I'm just not sure of the time. I think it's maybe 10 p.m. And then I do hear people setting off fireworks. I do believe I've heard tell that there's one of the car dealerships around here, since it's just, a big lot, they set off fireworks there. So I hear them, but I don't go to see them. Like I wouldn't like say get in my car and drive downtown to I think that's what everybody does here. They just drive downtown because Cedar Point sets off fireworks, and you can just go, there's like parks downtown. There's not a beach, but there's parks down there, and you can drive down there and just look over, and there's Cedar Point, and it's, I don't know exactly where on Cedar Point they shoot them off at, or if it changes from year to year, but that's what folks do that I'm aware of. But I don't go out to see them. I would if I had folks to go with. Like that's not a by yourself thing. That would be like a you like go with the kids, or go with the significant other. Like go with your friends, something like that. Oh, John Rogers, awesome. He says he watches fireworks from his front porch. Now, are those fireworks, or is it fireworks because the neighbors across the street are fighting? That's different. They seem like nice people. I would hope not. It seems like it's quiet out where you live. Um, there was a story about fireworks that I'm not gonna tell now. It would come along, and oh goodness, like let's say like the year 23 video. This is a later on story that I don't even know if it's true, but I'll add it then. It's I don't want to get into anything heavy right now. Um, it would be fun to go see fireworks, like not sober. I don't think I've ever done that. They've got a, well, if I'm driving, I don't like to be on anything, so I'd have to be with people to do something like that. Oh, John Rogers said he has to go to the park for Cedar Point. Yeah, yeah, they do. I don't know exactly from where you can see where they set them off from, but they do set them off downtown. And that I've never actually been over at Cedar Point when they do that. I'm sure that's a pure insanity to just all those people, and it just and then like watch there be like no air, because it can't be windy when you set off fireworks. So you're standing around all these people and the air is not moving, and just all that heat and just from other folks. It sounds uncomfortable. But having said all that, if you're with like a group of friends, it would be fun. But now that I've said that, watch what happens. Watch this happen, that when I go live on the 4th of July, watch people be setting off fireworks for that stream, and since the window's open, you're gonna hear it. So there might be like popping off sounds. I never know if it's fireworks or guns, but to be fair, nothing shot through my window yet. Ceiling, yeah. Window, no. While he's saying Cedar Point used to be the go-to amusement park when he lived in Detroit. Heck yeah. I mean, people come from all over the world to ride roller coasters. So people will come from like Japan and Germany just to come to amusement parks just to ride roller coasters. So it's like I get why so many people come here. Like I get why it's a draw. Like roller coasters are fun. It would hurt, but I would still go on them. I don't care how much mild whiplash I had the next day. If I was going to go, I'd make a day of it and go on all the big coasters. And I would do this. This is what me and a friend did. What's up, Moon Bunny? Glad you made it. What happened? This was back when the Millennium Force opened up. I always try to call it the Millennium Falcon. I know that's not right. Millennium Force roller coaster. It's blue and silver. First year it was open. Go to get in line. I'll skip over some of the details, but an hour and 45-minute wait in line. Never waited that long in line for a roller coaster before. Got up to the front. Got to be, you couldn't pick and choose where you sat. We ended up being in the very first car, did the whole thing. It was a blast. We're like, wow, hey, I've never done this before. I don't think you'd been to many roller coaster amusement parks. I was like, let's just wait the extra time, the extra few cycles, and get in the front of every single ride we go on for the whole day. And that's what we did. And it was so worth it. You're honestly only waiting an extra at the most maybe 4 cycles, like 2 or 3 at the most. And I mean like everything, like Gemini, I was like the Raptor. I don't know if they renamed it. Whatever they call the Mantis now. Iron Dragon, Magnum, like every single last thing. Mean Streak, back when it was called that. I'm using the old names. You can tell how long ago this was. I did just say it was 2000, but yeah, and just waited the extra time to get in the front. It's so worth it. It was so much fun. Even I don't wear glasses on the roller coasters, so I'm just sitting there blind, just looking. It was still fun. It is worth it. I had the worst headache at the end of that day, but it was so worth it. And John Rogers, I did 2 coasters. Yeah, that would even back then at the end of the day, because I've had whiplash before, and I felt it right in my upper back, just that low key whiplash feeling up in my back. So what I would do if I had to go, I would bring pain pills. And I would make it, I would set it up on a day so that the very next day I would be going to the chiropractor so I can get adjusted and get everything fixed, because that's a lot of ouch. But yeah, it would hurt, but I would still go. But that's how life is. Everything hurts, but you still do it. And yeah, it's much as I was going to cover Monday, and quite frankly, I have absolutely no idea what happened that day. And it might as well have been 2 weeks ago as far as my memory is concerned. So if something did happen on the Monday show, I'm sorry, I forgot it. That's the one. Moon Buddy says, I remember going on the corkscrew when it was first open to ride. Seems like yesterday. Oh, corkscrew. It's so short, but it's fun. It was like the first roller coaster that did that too. Like I swear it was because I have watched videos about roller coasters on YouTube. I'm not a roller coaster expert. But it was like right in the, it was like 70s, I want to say. It's right around the time they learned that technology, so a lot of like swirly roller coasters came out at that time. Oh yeah, that's right. John Rogers saying I did like the disaster transport, but they took it out. Yeah, I did like that one too. Rosper, or sorry, Patrick says they're called Big Dippers in Britain. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Wow. I can't go over there and call it a roller coaster. I just people wouldn't know what I was saying. I okay. And what's up, Jules? Doctor in the house. Oh no. Jules is saying, did anyone wear their shorts backwards all day today? I guess it helped that I've been home all day on my own. My cat didn't notice. Oh man. I was honestly thinking before I started the stream, I'm like, I hope I don't put my shirt on inside out or backwards. That I just got me thinking about that band or that group Crisscross back in the day with the backwards clothing. Oops. Yeah, I do. When I'm around the house, what I have, since my eyes are still healing, don't have the glasses situation fixed yet. It's been almost a month. But what I have to do is I have a lot of black shirts with logos on them, but the logos hitting my eyes would hurt too bad. So I just got to flip the shirts inside out. So I just look like am just crazy with this inside out t-shirt, but nobody sees it, but it's also oversized too. So it just looks ridiculous, but nobody sees it, so who cares? I think I haven't filmed a video. I don't even know if it's uploadable, but I filmed a video and I realized about halfway through my shirt was inside out. I'm like, yeah, it's just whatever. I don't know if that'll ever go up on the page. Uh, it was honestly not hot. We got rain. It just had that humidity. So it's if like the stuff wasn't plugged in, it wouldn't be so bad. It's like right about 80 in the room, which is not bad. It's just that ratiness and the temperature just it seems it's going to stay right about where it is, like low 80s, so like 28 Celsius all week. Oh no, Jules is saying I tried to put something into the pocket and thought, why does the pocket go in the back? See, that would mess me up because I would be sitting there rubbing my phone on myself, like, why won't my phone get in my pocket? Why won't it? And then after about a minute, and like and the screen was clean, I'd be like, oh, how did I button them? Have I gone to the bathroom since then? So skip Monday, Tuesday. I guess this was Tuesday. It was June 25th. Frank mentioned he needs moderators for his network on all of his platforms since he's on so many different platforms that I have to get a list of. So, but he had mentioned at the time folks that had been like longtime viewers of the show, if they were interested in that, to contact him. And he did mention which platforms. I oh goodness, I forget which ones he said. Did I write it down? No. So like I think he mentioned Pilled. He might have mentioned Rumble. I really don't remember. You'd have to go back and watch. I don't remember that part. But yeah. So I'm not trying to put anybody up for the job, but like Mazzy, I think she was saying in the chat room. She's like, yeah, I'd like to help out, but and I'm like, yeah, no worries. It's honestly a whole secondary mindset you need to just keep in the back of your head at all times, at least the way I do it. So you can enjoy the show like it's a regular thing, but there's always that moderator thing going on back there. So it's I don't that's just how I do it. So she's like, yeah, I'd rather just I'm like, you'd rather just enjoy the show. Just never mind it. It's fine. But with that in mind, since it is has come up twice now, I mentioned it once, there is an issue somewhere, and since Frank brought it up himself, I am gonna end up having to drop. Uh, I don't want to. I'm not this kind of person. Like I'm not the type of person to educate anybody about. Like I can learn, but I can't teach. But having said that, I knew this was coming. I'm gonna have to put together in a video just everything that I do, stuff I keep in mind that I do as a moderator, that like not everybody has to do every little single little thing that I keep in mind that I do, but just a baseline, hey, pick and choose. This is just the way I do it as I am. There's no school to be a moderator, there's no training for it, there's no classes for it. It's just whoever is running a channel decides you can do that. They can take that away at any time too. It's never permanent. So that will be something I will be doing, this year 24, before October. Oh, Jules, these are the athletic stretchy shorts. Side pockets will usually hold a good bit. Figured that out. Oh, Aswani's saying it's a conspiracy. He just wants to replace Nikki for competing with him and stealing his viewers. Oh my God. No, yeah, you're never gonna see anything that I do be bigger than Frank. Um, he's twice my size, literally. He even said so. I forget when, but he said he's 200 pounds, and I already know he's 9 feet tall. well, I was 100 pounds today, and I'm 5'3", so Frank's twice my size. So his whatever I do, whatever I can do, Frank's always going to be twice as big as me. Oh, you're dumb too. How's it going? And he says you're the best mod. Thank you. It's a really light touch unless you've got to pull the it's never personal. Whatever it's I can put it all in a video. There's just so much nuance to it, and there's just you folks are there's very many wrong ways to do it, and then there's right ways to do it, and of course you're not going to please all the people all of the time. You shouldn't. If you're that much of a people pleaser, you should be a prostitute. Because if you're making everybody happy, then you're giving too much of yourself away. While he's asking Patrick, is there any chance you are in the Andrew Bridgens district? Low probability that you are, but he is in the Midlands. Jules, yeah, kick the trolls out, yeah. Well, it honestly depends because there's some trolling that it's not necessarily offensive, it's not necessarily trying to drive the room off of topic. It's just like regularly, like they are just making comments. And there's nothing wrong with, that in and of itself, but it would be pushing to the point where like, if somebody brand new comes in and like they're starting shit with somebody, like it's okay for people to fight and disagree. I'm not anybody's mother, like you two break apart, but it's different if like somebody like say somebody new comes in and they're just fighting with everybody, or if they're just like saying like certain words that could get like the channel in trouble, like where you can't keep typing triple sixes in the chat room, and that's not like a topic we're cover, add something else to it. That's not going to look good. You can't be spamming swastikas or something like that, and you owe no one an explanation about anything you do at all. If five people are effing up and you have to kick five people out at one time, and oh, what happened to them? Say nothing. You owe nobody an explanation about anything. They're not your boss. I'm the CEO of Walmart. Doesn't ask the cashier if it's okay to hire and fire people. And I'm not saying I'm like big like that. I'm just saying there's it is more trolling. Why did that happen? It's like, nope, they're just trying to take your time. It honestly it depends what the conversation is going like, Swanee. If we're like on a Satan-y, devilly topic, or talking about the like the build back better, the B's or sixes, I'll type it that way. If it's on topic, yeah. But if somebody comes in brand new, we've never seen them before, and they're like Hitler was right and all this other stuff, it's like whoa, 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 hold on, you're not saying in Minecraft. We don't know you yet. Slow down before you get to that stuff. Oh, what's up, Joe Taylor? How's it going? So yeah, it takes just very delicate touch with being a mod. And then as much okay. Oh, what happened? No. This happened on this happened on last Sunday. Okay, so Frank goes live and it was like 10:30 in the morning. And I know Frank does his regular Sunday streams that are for Patreons only, but this was on YouTube, so it's fair game. So I show up. There were other people there. It was fine. And we're hanging out, we're kicking it, and Frank's talking about, well, I'm gonna start. He had mentioned this before in Gilded. I didn't say anything about it. It wasn't a secret. I didn't say anything, but he had said he was gonna start up the Discord again for July 1st, or a different Discord on July 1st, and then he dropped a link. I couldn't find it. I looked in YouTube, I looked in Twitch, I looked in Gilded, couldn't find it. Somebody came over and said, hey, the link is over on Pilled. Ran over to that place, stole it, dropped it in the YouTube chat room, and then after the fact, it was an hour long, and then Frank tweets like, yeah, so I didn't know I was live on YouTube and this other platform, but oh well, if you guys liked it, you might want to subscribe to the show to get regular Saturday or Sunday shows, that kind of a thing. Use it as an opportunity to pimp himself out, which is great. So and then I was thinking before he said anything, I was like, well, I'll just drop the link for you guys so you guys can get to the Discord early. But then Frank did say it's like, no, it's official. It's not going to be until July 1st. That's when he's officially going to reopen the other Discord for everybody. So I was going to drop the link now. I'll be respectful and not drop it in here. However, I have already shared it on YouTube, but considering the fact in 9 years I've never gotten one single solitary person onto, quite frankly, I doubt they're going to find my page, find the Discord, and jump in there before July 1st, so I left it up there. It's just the odds. There's no way. Election on the 4th of July should be okay. Oh, the debate watch party on Rumble says upcoming and won't play. Oh, is there a when is the next debate? Actually, since I got Rumble, let me I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Yeah, getting a little bit ahead of myself. Rumble got an attitude with me, so I crashed it. And then the next day we got everything sorted out and it works out fine now. But what's a male version of a Karen called? I don't know, but a group of them is called a Senate. Well, it's not a Kyle. Kyle is a person that smashes Monster Energy drinks, and then punches holes through walls. That's what a Kyle is. No offense to any Kyles. I just don't want them punching my walls. I love Monster. I will drink a Monster Energy drink. That was my energy drink. But yeah, Rumble had an issue with my last name. It was trying to be the Mark Swan of sites. It was trying to be the worst one, just hating on my last name. It took some back and forth, but I even got it sorted out on Pill. But yeah, Rumble was not vibing with the Carlin last name, but I got that sorted out. I got it sorted out on the TV. And then let's see what Rumble's doing right now. Because the way it goes now, of course, you know, we've always got the YouTube chat room to use. But then if, say, if Frank goes live and then he's live everywhere except YouTube, then we would meet on Twitch. But let's say he goes live everywhere except for YouTube and Twitch, then we would meet on Rumble. I don't like that Rumble is the third chat room. I do want a third chat room different than Rumble because Rumble has issues. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to navigate Rumble that well. I was gonna look Joe Taylor. I don't know when the next debate is. I don't know when any of the debates are, to be honest with you. Okay. You said you're still banned and can't leave any comments. Is that on? If that's on Rumble, because it was giving me the hardest time verifying my account, I would tell it the correct email. It would send the email to verify my account. It would send it to the right email address. I would go through the links, and then it would tell me a different email I had used previously was already registered. Like, motherfucker, that is not what I asked. But I was doing it through my laptop. When I went through the phone and did it, that's when it got its shit together. So, and then I tried to reach out to Rumble. I didn't hear anything back. There's no human you can speak to for your troubles. So it really should not have messed with me when the sun's in a water sign, because as bad as things can get for me when the sun's in a water sign, it is my unlucky time of year. That's not an astrology thing. It's my lucky time of year is what astrology says, but it's also when the worst stuff happens. And Rumble tried to cross me. We gotta sort it out. And then it would not connect with, and then it had the hardest time Rumble had connecting my phone with my account to the TV. I mean, it's sorted out now, but I don't know why it was the hardest one. It was worse than, like, I did not have this trouble with D Live. I did not have this trouble with Pilled. Now, if I do watch Pilled on the TV, I go to the app that's the internet, and then I go to quite frankly.tv and I will watch through there, not the actual Pilled or Foxhole website. Jules, your water sign. All right. That's right. Today, don't we have, yeah, okay, it's Patrick's birthday and it's Dandy's birthday. I remember that. I didn't write it down. I remember that. Yeah, so okay, Dandy's not here, so happy birthday to him out kicking it somewhere, hopefully. And Patrick, I'm glad you're spending your birthday with us. Oh, I didn't even get any cake. I don't have snacks. I do have chocolate, but I can't eat that yet. Joe Taylor, yep, that's just what I was thinking. Yeah, I got in on that 42% sexual chocolate discount, and my order did come. I haven't had it yet. It's oh, Jules, two fish. Yeah, Pisces are great. Joe Taylor, that is so odd. It's almost so extreme that I would suggest creating, like, I don't know how much, content you have already, or save stuff, but like it would almost be worth it to go ahead, like get a new email, start a new account just to start fresh, just so you can get in and participate with stuff. Because that is so hot. And then Rumble is so clunky. It's like even the pill people, they got back to me. It took some back and forth with some emails, but they got my last name sorted out. Everything's fine there. Oh, Patrick, yeah, it's already the 30th there. Yeah, goodness. So the birthday's already over. 21 again. Or what, 25. I don't know about what the rule is over in the UK, but in the US, you have to be 25 to rent a car. So that's the, I think, the last big number birthday that's important is 25. Yeah, that Yes Cacao, it goes for, it's usually, when you go to the site, it's like $27, and that'll get you, it's like these three, they have three kinds of chocolate, and so that 42% off really did help out. It's for the price, I'm going to be taking it medicinally. I'll put it that way. And John Rogers and Swanee are both saying that Pilled on Mobile is the worst. I believe, is that the one I tried and like you can't mute it? Maybe that was Theta. That was a long time ago. It was one of them. You cannot mute it at all when you're on mobile. It's like, what if I'm talking at the drive-through? What if I, yelling at the kids? That makes no sense. Like, I don't know how to design an app, but I wish I did. I would. I like most of the way YouTube is. It does need a DM direct message option, and it does need more options to filter out unwanted content. If you're a moderator, and also it does need to let you, like, I can do this because I'm, have the mod settings, but it should let you guys do this too. It used to let you do this. You could just click on somebody's name and go to their page. It doesn't let you do that anymore. You got to type it out. Nobody has that kind of time. Yeah, like John Rogers is saying, that they make it better for the computers, but it gets worse on mobile. Yeah. Yes, Swanee, yes, same. It's just some of the, not gonna help. I'm gonna be polite, but some of the sites are just, oh my God, just impossible to use for half an hour, let alone a 2 hour show constantly. It's too much wear and tear on the equipment. Yeah, D Live, the only real bad thing with D Live is that sometimes people will come in. It shows up as if like 30 people are spamming comments, and there's no way to stop that, block that, erase it in a timely fashion, anything that I see on that site. There are good people that chat there. It's just that one part of the setup I do not care for. Yes, Wani, yes, it's great as a mod power. It sucks that it doesn't work for regular users. I don't understand why it doesn't let you do that. Like, it lets you delete your own comment. It wouldn't let moderators do that for a second there, but they fixed that. Like, that makes sense. You should be able to delete your own comment. What if you said the wrong thing? What if you made a typo? It happens to me too. It's just little stuff like that that they can tweak. Or like, here, this is gay as hell. Like right now, the way that the chat room is, like it just says like chat dot dot dot, and then I've got the blinking icon. But if I type one character in there, suddenly everything shifts to the side, and there's my avatar. I know who the fuck I am. Leave it there all the time, or don't put it up there at all. Period. All this shifting back and forth, eye strain. It's just eye strain. It's just eye strain. Do not see that. Yeah, you are dumb saying, I forgot, but you can see block people's comments. It will, I don't know how it does for you guys, but if somebody gets, like if they get kicked out or if they get timed out, if it erases all their messages, it will let me click on it to see what they said if I forgot. And one other thing from the Tuesday show, those pods that people can, like you commit a crime and instead of like going to prison, you just go into one of those like stand-up hotel rooms, like how they have in the like the Japanese train stations. Oh, talk about zero punishment. That is so stupid. And like you can't tell me that's not what it is. I've seen those stand-up pod hotel capsule things on those travel videos that people make. So I know those exist. I know that's exactly what it is. And that happens to anybody. You can do something bad, take a nap, and then just go about with your life. That's just how humans are. I don't. Whoever thought of that is the biggest criminal. And then honestly, being a mod, the only hard thing about it anymore is if because this would only happen in the summertime is when we would get the sex the bots spamming the sex links. When that one time that was coming in quite quickly, and you know, usually in the quite frankly chat room solo, and as has come up before where I've anytime I ask for help, I don't get it, so I should learn to not ask. But I asked, didn't get any. So what you have to do in that situation is super simple. You need two devices for this. So I do have the laptop. I've got my phone, and this does not. It's not a touch screen. It's got the little pad down on the bottom, and I don't care for that. But the guy I wish you would have sold this to me was not on schedule that day. Anyway, all you have to do is go to the exact same chat room on YouTube and then go into the comment section, because on your screen you can just tap, 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 tap to get rid of the comments quicker. And then at the same time, you've got the chat room up on the screen here so you can follow along with the regular conversation while you've got your phone down on the side and you're deleting the nonsense. So it sounds like a lot. It's maybe it's not even 30 seconds out of your day to make a point by deleting all of those kind of messages. Yeah. Oh, Swanee, if I'm around, you can always ask for help. Absolutely. If I ever forget how to spell my name, I'll ask Mark Swan. Or if I need to, I do need to learn how to dance. I'll have to hit him up about that because I don't know how to dance. Mark Swan saying, I've actually had Frank text me before to ask if I could jump in and help because there were so many and out of control. Okay, yeah, that should never happen before. After that one time, and that was, oh, I don't think that was last summer. It was maybe the summer before. It feels like it's been a few summers ago, but it was crazy. And yeah, it's after that, I can handle absolutely anything that goes on in that room. So it's no big deal. And then unfortunately, since we spent well, it felt like a year where we only had a 1 hour chat room, a lot of folks seem to chat in other rooms. So the quite frankly room is a little bit thinned out, sadly. Or it could just be folks are just away, like Lily with her tech trouble, or folks just being sick, or just, the timing, not living in the same time zone keeps people away. Yeah, Mark Swan saying, it's been a while since it was that bad though, but there for a while it was crazy. Yeah, it would always be in like it wouldn't be the spring, it would be more the summertime, but would be like regularly those sex spot types would come in and just spam their links, and it was always obvious with either the name or the avatar. It's just like some tits out or like lots of X's and emojis in the handle. That's clear sign. Lots of emojis and comments is also a sign. Jules, YouTube just kicked you out. YouTube, you need to get it together. YouTube took a whole 2 minutes to give me the Gray Still Plays notification today. And I was sitting there waiting. It was 3:58. And I was ready. I got the pillows ready. I was ready to lay down and watch Gray Still Plays. And I had my phone. And it was 4. And I was watching something else. And there was nothing. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, because this happened with Frank. They go a little bit late for Frank. So let me just go to YouTube and see. And I go there, and there it was. Video had been live for like 31 seconds, played it, and then a minute and a half later, I got the chime off like, oh, now you're telling me about it at 4:03. Thanks for being on top of it. YouTube's a little bit slow lately. Jules asks if I dance like Elaine from Seinfeld. I don't know. I haven't seen any Seinfeld yet. I would. I just haven't. She can probably dance better than me. I have no rhythm. Yes, Moon Bunny the sex bots. What'll happen anymore is if there's anybody like trolling or spamming, it's one person because it'll be one person coming in with their comments, they do their thing. I recognize what they're doing, kick them out. Well, it depends, but sometimes if they're acting up like that, they get kicked out. 3 to 5 minutes later, another account comes in doing the same thing. You delete them. 3 to 5 minutes later, another account. It's the same person just firing up multiple accounts. So like you get used to that. And what's up, Zoso dude? How's it going? Where are you at? He is currently traveling across the United States. That's what he says. I can't prove it. No. And I've heard allegedly because he did this before. He's gonna stop at the studio in New York. I just don't know when. But that's always he's got good stories whenever he's on. If you get a chance to watch when Zoso Dude's on, quite frankly, check it out because he has like even if you've heard the stories before, I don't care. They're good stories. It's interesting stuff. Patrick said, I got banned on QF YouTube a couple of years ago. Don't know why, but Abe told me on QF TV and then unblocked me. Okay, good. Yeah, it's again, that can be like how it just randomly decides to block somebody. It's happened before. I have not watched any Seinfeld. I've watched a little bit of it where they were getting on Kramer's case, like it was like showers versus baths. And somebody asked him, or, well, don't you ever pee in the shower? And Kramer's like, well, I take baths. And, canned laughter. And like, okay. I know that the hallway in Seinfeld cannot exist, but everything I know about Seinfeld comes from Tumblr. Now, if it is streaming somewhere, I can, catch it. I would like to check it out. I like the, from what I understand about the show, it's like they're all kind of like doing like a shtick or a bit, or it's not, it is a comedy show. It's just like their angle is funny. Brother Zoso dude says I'm literally at the base of the Devil's Tower. Holy crap, that's intense. And what's up to Kara? How's it going? There is a gif of it's Elaine and then the short guy George and then Jerry and like they're dancing down the hallway like just doing this like arm thing but Jerry's out of sync with the other two. I've seen that gif. That's all I know. Oh, what's up to S Oak? How's it going? Devil's Tower. Didn't somebody jump out of a plane and land on top of that one time? Yeah, and my phone is on. That's intense. I wonder what the weather is like. Uh-oh. Swanee sent me it's a YouTube link. I can't click on it now just because if it's music, I don't want to get into a copyright issue. I'll check it out later though, Swanee. Thank you. Wow. Devil's Tower sounds like if somebody was trying to overcompensate for it's the same thing as if a guy were to say his penis is 13 inches long. The Devil's Tower. Yeah, glad you made it, SO. Great. Yeah. It's a good Saturday, Sunday, Saturday. I never know what day it is. Saturday. That's okay. Yeah, Jules, it's a show about nothing, literally. Yeah, yeah, just people just getting into just random conversations about stuff. Doesn't have to go deep into anything. Yeah, that is a show I need to get into. I'm just now getting back into the Arrested Development, and I like it, but I remember exactly why I quit watching it because whenever they like cut away to like before they cut to commercial, they'll cut to a white screen or they'll talk about a past event and they put a white border around everything. And my eyes could not take that, so I had to stop watching it. I don't know, half a year ago. But I like that I'm back into it. It's a good show. It's very good. Don't want to. It's got a it has comedians in it like that do cameos, like not as themselves, but as characters. So you're watching it. Well, no, I guess he played himself. Anyway, and it's like it's an older show, so you're seeing them younger, and it's like, wait, is that? Oh, that's probably okay, yeah. And then for like a hot minute, Richard Belzer was on there. Like that's not a spoiler. I just miss him a lot. If you watched Law and Order SVU or a couple episodes of the X Files or Homicide: Life on the Streets or the character Detective John Munch has been on like regular Law and Order. It's been on many TV shows over the years. It's Richard Belzer. He's a fella who was started out as a comedian and he's honestly too funny. You will hurt yourself. You will run out of air laughing. You will like your stomach will hurt. He's that good. It's incredible. But he's no longer with us, sadly. R.I.P. All right. Wednesday show. That was nothing but the girl who was in the circus girl. I think her name was Melody Lenz. I didn't go back and look. I kind of just wrote that down from memory. I'm like 90, 85, 90% sure that's correct. And I have the vaguest memory of her calling in before. I forget exactly what she was calling in about, and then just casually lets it slip that, like, oh yeah, I was in the actual real circus for a minute. And Frank's like, holy shit, you got to tell us about that again sometime. And this has come up before, like, the quite frankly, the show is so good for like great topics come up and they're never touched on again. Or somebody calls in and Frank's like, call back in about this sometime, and we never hear from them again. It's just the luck of things, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the way things play out. But I'm glad she did get back with us. That was a fun. It was almost the whole episode, and like Frank said, she gave him some pictures, but some of them were pixelated. We couldn't see them all. And other folks mentioned this too. I was getting super American Horror Story freak show vibes. That's the one where they're down in Florida, Jupiter, Florida, and it's the 1950s. I want to 1952. I might be wrong. I haven't seen that season in a few years. Oh, Joel's saying I just reposted you a 3-minute Seinfeld clip on Twitter. Awesome. I'll be able to check that out. That's okay. Oh my God, I couldn't wait for Seinfeld night. Oh, it was a guaranteed laugh. Well, if it's a guaranteed laugh, I'll have to check it out then. Joe Taylor says, I've been watching Everybody Loves Raymond. That's a show I've never seen 1 minute of, but I don't have a problem with Ray Romano. I would check him out. It's got to be a good show. It was on for a minute. And then Zoso dude saying that at the Devil's Tower is in Wyoming. Okay, Wyoming. If it's west of me, I really, it's just, I know there's states to the west. I just don't think I'll be heading that way. That's, that's like what, mountain time? Joe Taylor, laughing is better than crying. It is. Do you ever like laugh at something so hard that you cry? Like something is so funny. It's not sad at all, but it is so funny. Like you are cracking up laughing and tears, just tears like somebody died, like you just stubbed your toe that bad, like tears streaming down your face. It's the most beautiful thing. And I'm glad this came up. I don't know if you can even find this online. I'll tell you what it is. The TV show Key and Peele. If you've never seen it, you are missing out. I don't know what's wrong with you. This show had some of the funniest skits. Oh my! It's the funniest thing they ever did. I'm not going to bring up. This is not it. This is close. This is close. They have a lot of skits that are. If I was going to do like a top 50 list of skits, like handfuls of these would be in it. These guys just hit the nail on the head. They're very good. And they've been in it. Like they're on Mad TV. You've seen these guys before. They've done other stuff since. But it's a sketch. You can look it up right now on YouTube. It's called Dueling Hats. And it's, I can tell you about this. Is not going to spoil anything too much about it. It's like, like a fellow walks outside. These guys, the way folks wear like the baseball cap, like they don't bend the, I don't know, baseball caps, like the bill, like the brim. They don't bend it down. They wear it flat. They keep the sticker on it. They keep the tag on it. They wear it like they just walked out of the store with it. And the sketch is just proceeding to like one up each other with their hat game. That's I won't give you the ha ha at the end. I don't want to ruin it for you, but that. If you've seen that sketch, you know. If you haven't, look it up. The thing is, this is what is hard to find online, because yes, you can look up that sketch. You can watch the whole thing. You can laugh at it. It is great on its own. Do not get me wrong. Here's the thing, though. You need to watch it from the way it was aired on the show, because they played the skit. It's funny. They come back from the skit to the audience, the studio audience, and all you see is Key and Peele up on stage, and they're pointing at somebody like right, like dead center, right in front of them. Both of them, like they're like trying, like getting the camera's attention, like look at this guy, get the camera on this guy in the audience, and they're both pointing at this man. You're thinking, what is he doing? You can't see any movement. There's no fire. Cut to this man sitting in the audience, and he is rocking back and forth. He's just like he's shaking, and all you can see is just tears. His cheeks are just pure water. This man is just crying so hard, like his lip is sticking out and shaking, like he just found out his grandma just died. He's just crying, laughing so hard. He can't hold still. He can't stop himself. Like he knows he's on TV. He cannot stop. That man's reaction to that sketch makes that, like, as funny as it is, just to watch that man just losing his pure shit on national television because he just saw the funniest thing in his whole life. That was beautiful. Oh my god. And I've had that experience, but it's different to see somebody else go through it. And I don't know if that reaction is available online, but the sketch certainly is. If you don't see that man's reaction, the sketch itself, when it gets to the punchline, he was crying for a reason. I'll put it like that. And it's so hard to talk about comedy without ruining it or spoiling it, because I can't do it justice. I'm just reading the chat room. Oh, Kara saying, I've had 3 different people mentioning Seinfeld this week. Man hands. I know man hands is a thing from that show. Uh, it's that's creepy. Did we ever discuss that with men and women? With women, the index finger is longer than the ring finger, and with men, the ring finger is longer than the index finger. So if you ever are not sure, just look at the hands. Even if they look delicate and have, like the fake nails on, and just look at the length. And then Jules is saying, I watch Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens, Two and a Half Men. Current TV is kind of awful. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. It seems like any current TV shows are things that are coming on, like Amazon Prime and Netflix and like streaming services, Disney Plus, not anything that's when's the last time we heard about NBC or ABC or does the CW even exist? Things like that. No. Does USA come out with original programming anymore? I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, the circus episode was fun. I wish there was more, like, if she can get some more pictures from back then, or just like, and she was talking about just like the routine she did and like stuff that got laughs and just like all that little stuff. Like, I've never spoken to an actual real clown before. Sorry if it makes noise. Sorry. My bad. It's been an hour. Okay. But that was a lot of fun. I hope there's a part three with that chick because that was just too much fun. Just hearing about that kind of world. It was, and like she mentioned, it is kind of like vaudeville, that old school type of entertainment before movies. Like that's all we had. That was so much fun. It was, I wish that show was a little bit longer, but that's okay. And then I've got an extra topic I wrote down. The self-service Seinfeld episode. Is that like servicing yourself? Oh, and this was also oh, hold on. Okay, now so this was on this was June 27th, so this was gonna be I gotta look. Can you see my eye twitching? See that? Anybody see that? Eye twitching. Yeah. That's going to do wonders for my eye bags. Thank you for stressing me all the way the fuck out about these glasses. Can't wait to review about this. 27th, Thursday. Yeah, this was a day. I don't care for the 27th. This is a day I had to crash Rumble. And I can prove it too. I got timestamps because I tweeted about it and I put a message out about it. It was about 4 or 5 p.m. And then at around 8 p.m., that's when everybody was freaking out that Rumble wasn't working. I did that. So Jay was on that episode. Jay Gulanello, Jupiter Gulanello. That's what the J stands for. And Jay is funny. I was kind of on the fence about leading with that because it's a hard thing to be known as. If people think you're funny, then you have to do it all the time. So I don't ever want to put that handle on people unless they are consistent with it. And then Jay, he's pretty consistent with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and count him in as a funny guy. Don't know his birthday yet though. That bothers me. And then he's older than Frank. So I wonder if he's like around Rob's age. Yeah, Rumble went down because I had a problem with my last name. Pissed me off on the wrong fucking day. That's okay. I got sorted out the next day and it's allowed to exist because I was almost going to count it out completely. Jumping ahead, I'm going to do what I did back in 2022, which is New Year's Day. I'm going to start doing a chat room tour, which is what I did before. It's I'll spend a week in an additional chat room. So what that'll be is I'll always be in the YouTube chat room no matter what. But I don't know what order I'll go in, but say for a week I'll be in the Twitch chat room as well. Then for the next week I'll be in the D-Live chat room. Then the next week I'll be in the Rumble chat room. The next week I'll be in the Pill. I'll just go through every single other chat room Frank is in to see what they're like in there because it has been a few years and just to get an idea of what happens in those other rooms. I get to see family and friends I haven't seen since the divorce. and I did just get a vibe for what goes on there because I did take some notes back in the day, but things have changed since then, and there are more and less people in different places. Frank's on more platforms. He's, for example, not on Theta anymore. So I'm going to, between now and October, I'm going to make sure I've got a list of all the websites that Frank broadcasts from that have chat rooms, make sure I'm signed up for all of those sites, make sure I'm subscribed to Frank on all of those sites, and then I'll be spending a week in each chat room, in two chat rooms, of course. Again, I'll always be in the Quite Frankly chat room on YouTube, and then the other chat rooms. And then if you guys want to follow along, I'll list like, hey, this week I'll also be in this chat room and that kind of a thing. So it's not just me just going there and not saying anything the way it was before, since I've got a YouTube channel now. And just to see what's going on. It has been so long, and each week is different. It's a different vibe, different room, different Franklies in each room. It's fun. I got to remember to do it because when I first did it, won't get into that now. Didn't want to that day. Ended up having a good day, and I'm glad I ended up sticking with it. Patrick said I watched the debate on QFTV. Joe said I hope Frank fixes it on Rumble. Yeah, what's up with Rumble? Hold on, let me. I'm gonna go there. It's pardon any lag. I'm going to Rumble on the actual thing. Went live. I don't watch shorts. I don't care. I won't even watch shorts from Gray Still Plays. I love him and he's my dad, but no. Let's see, quite frankly. Oh, upcoming. Debate Watch Party 6/27/24. Okay, so that would have been Thursday. 16 viewers waiting. Comment from 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm not sure. Getting out of Rumble. I'm not sure what that's about. Unless Rumble does the thing where it was the way YouTube did for a while, where it would start up it would show us like the one option to go to a live chat, and we would go into the room, but then the actual live show would start, and it would be in a second room. So the first room we were in was just never going to go live. It was just aborted. So we had to run to the other room to chat, or we were more divided up. That was just and that's got to mess with the likes and the views as far as analytics go. At the time, I didn't think that way. Now I do, since I'm on the other side of it. I had a feeling that was just fucking up with Frank's likes, but now that I'm on the other side of it, that's got to be fucking with his analytics. That's the only channel I've ever seen that happen for with live shows. So I think that's something else that allegedly is going on to keep people away from, quite frankly, if Rumble is anything like YouTube. And then, did you guys want an intermission? I can step away and take a hot break. I crashed Rumble. I covered that. Unless Frank started that to cover himself for the next, whatever the next debate is. I'm not sure. I did end up going to. I was watching on Twitch when he did the coverage, but I wish he would have just had it so I could hear himself and Jay over the other guys on the TV, because I don't care what they were talking about on the TV. I just wanted to hear Frank and Jay make fun of whatever they were saying. And then it was political, and I got very tired. Is that the... Yeah, Rumble just has one or two little issues that should be cleared up. That need to be cleared up, I should say. And this was on the June 27th show. Those robots with the human skin that can get cut and it heals, all that freaky stuff. Dandy, you made it. What's up? Happy birthday. Awesome. Anybody else have a birthday today? Oh my God, that's two people. How could two people have birthdays on the same day? But yeah, robots with skin. I don't think Frank's seen this movie. I don't think anybody's seen this movie. As often as sex bots and everything come up, and nobody ever makes a reference back to this. Nobody saw this movie. Nobody saw this movie from 1999 with Robin Williams and Sam Neill and a James Horner score. Nobody saw Bicentennial Man. I don't understand. With all the sex bot stuff that we talk about and robots and technology, none of you have seen this movie. And it's okay. It's okay. A lot happened in 1999. I kind of can cut you some slack. But now that you know about it, you need to go watch it. And I don't know where you can watch it. I can't find it anywhere. I might have to buy it. Oh, Jules is saying, I didn't even watch the debate. I figured it would be talked about over and over and over afterwards. I've seen so many fucking screenshots and memes of it on Tumblr. I've had to start following new people because they're boring me so much about it. Yes, Wandi says when he has human skin, and when he gets cut, he heals. That's not groundbreaking. Oh, it's not. Robots just need to accept the way they are and stop trying to be human. Oh, awesome. Dandy says his sis got him a bag of Frankly coffee. That is so cool. Awesome. Oh, Swanee's seen Bicentennial Man. Yes. Okay, so me and him saw that movie, and we were the only two people in the theater 25 years ago. And honestly, what else was going on that people didn't? It's got Oliver Platt. I just the score, any James Horner score, I'm going to go on and on about. It does have one of my favorite tracks ever in it, but oh, the score, it's got jokes. And I believe it's like PG-13 too. Of course, it's not going to be raunchy or anything like that. It is so good. It keeps going. There's feels. It's got a guy. I think there's a bicycle. I have not seen that movie in so long. But yeah, any of this like robot stuff, sex bot stuff, anything like that at all. I mean, like, yes, we are going to have sex bots one day. We've all seen Futurama. But if you want to know, like, the in between that and now, watch Bicentennial Man. And it honestly, I know at the end of the movie it does give a date when things happen, but it's been so long since I've seen it, I don't remember it. And it does cover 200 years. It's not a bullshitting with the name. And if you don't like the movie, that's okay. You can just close your eyes and listen to the James Horner score. This James Horner is phenomenal. That's why I sat through A Beautiful Mind. So dude, lurking at 100 miles per hour. Yeah, that is okay. You shouldn't be just listening. It's just fine. Wally says he's hooked on the QF coffee. It's very good. Reminds him he needs to order some. That coffee is interesting. I wonder if there is like if Frank's gonna do a 42% off code for the coffee. No, I don't know. It's goodness, it's enough that I've tried I've done the Cultivate Elevate. I've got the Yes Cacao. Got the Frankly merch. I don't know if I'll get a chance to try the coffee. Patrick's right. Robin Williams and Bicentennial Man. Absolutely. Yeah, Swanee's right. We do already have sex bots. We have sex bots, but they're not as sexy as they could be yet. That's the problem. They're too mechanical and rough. Well, let's say they're not shapely. Definitely not sexy. Sexy sex bots yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. And then since I did bring this up before, since Frank is gonna be opening up hit a Discord again, and I believe he did say he will have plans to eventually be able to use Discord to take calls the way he can with Gilded. With that in mind, since Discord and Gilded will be options, which do you guys prefer? Do you prefer Discord or do you prefer Gilded? Let me if you prefer Discord, type of 1. If you prefer Gilded, type of 2. Because I have them both. I can use them both as a part of this channel, but it sort of depends on you guys. Which, I mean, they're both active, but whichever one would be used. It's up to you guys, whichever one you guys want to go to. I mean, I did use Discord first, but Gilded's basically the same, so it kind of depends what you want. That's why I'm on so much social media. It's just wherever the people are. If you guys prefer Gilded, that's fine. If you prefer Discord, that's fine too. It's fine either way. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because that old Discord was like 2000 and some odd, whatever it had gotten up to. And then they had nuked that and Frank's personal account, which was a dick move. And I'm not sure why. I don't even know if they tell you why. It's just gone one day. Or you just go to log in, it's just not there. Something like that, I'm sure. And that was 2022, so it's been a couple of years now. Joe Taylor, I don't want any more apps. I wish if there was an app I could get rid of. I don't think I can. It's just more and more apps. Well, buddy, I just checked out Gilded. Little confusing. Discord, same. Yeah, it's honestly, if you have used Discord before, Gilded is like the same thing, just a little bit clunkier. Oh, Zoso, dude, understandable. Yeah, just gotta keep on trucking. Oh, SO talking about the Frank's coffee with his dumb face on the bag of coffee. That's worth the price alone. I like the commercial for the coffee. Oh, what's the other commercial he does it? Well, what's the other one where he's calling people a fucking loser for not knowing what it is? I like that commercial. It's better than the coffee commercial's great. The other commercial's even better. I just forget what it's for. Swanee saying Discord banned me for simply being a member of the Oathkeeper server. Never even posted, was just a member of it. Yeah, see, Discord's like that, so I'm wary of this. I'm not just gonna join anybody's server on Discord because they get like that. So if somebody's like, "Hey, join my server," it's like I don't know what the fuck you do there. So it's like guilt by association is how Discord does their things, which is not very cool. And then things like Gilded and Discord, those are, at least where quite frankly is concerned, that's for if you are sharing like news articles or photos, things that are, you can't drop into the chat room, off hours stuff. And Gilded does seem to have conversations go on there. I honestly do not use it. The less I'm in there, the better I feel. It's not the same thing as the old Discord was. It's nothing like the Quite Frankly chat room on YouTube. Yeah, Joe Taylor, it might let you just go to the desktop version. Actually, you can just type in a Gilded or Discord. There maybe I don't think to maybe it'll let you. It's worth a try. It's worth a try. And of course, anytime you go to a website, it's always like, hey, we have an app. Like, hey, fuck you. I would go there if I wanted to be on your fucking app. If I can't use the website, I don't want to use the app. Why can't you design a website? I like Frank's commercials. Infomercials are funny. I like that he swears in them. I wish I could remember what that other one is that I like. That's okay. Yeah, chat room tour, gonna be doing that. That's not till next year. That's a next year thing. And was that all from the 27th? I do like when Jay's on. It seems like those episodes run long because there's so much information in them. That is. That's always a good time. And then, yeah, Jupiter's a funny man. And since there's this is a presidential election-y type of year, since I do run for president on and off, one thing I will start almost immediately is something called the Back to program. As in, you will go back to where your people are from if you're not here legally, if you're not contributing, if you are leeching off of the system. You're going back to where your people come from. And if you don't want to go back to there, you can go back to the ocean because sharks need to eat too. And all life comes from water. No, it's a one-time question. You can't and about it. You can't decide later. There is nothing. You either decide then and there. That's it. No pussyfooting around. No nothing. No holding people for later. No, it's gone on for too long. You can't stay here anymore. End of story. Drop all your stuff. You're not taking anything with you. You're leaving with the clothes on your back if somebody else doesn't want them first. Just the way it is. Don't like it? Get out of the country. You're not from here. Oh, Patrick say enjoyed Gilded. Can't work out how to use it, so I gave up. Yeah, Gilded is. Well, because first you have to go to. You have to find like the proper room to like chat in, and that can be renamed to anything. But right now it's the chat Frank. Oh, there's a hashtag, then it says chat hyphen frankly. It's in lowercase. That's the like the main general chat room. Oh wow. Thanks to Mark Swan for dropping my show in the chat frankly. Oh my god, thank you. Wow. And then yeah, Swanee right. Yeah, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I don't think Canada wants you. I don't think Mexico's got their own thing going on. They don't have time to deal with you. But sharks got to eat, and so do orcas, and the Titanic, and Cthulhu, and the Bermuda Triangle, and everything else that lives in the ocean. So they got to eat too, and I've got a thing for sea life. And well, just like Bart Simpson's hair when he goes to church, we can just start in the middle of the country and just take the comb and just get everything pushed out to the water. That shouldn't take more than a year. Get it all cleaned up. Just see how much area we have to work with then, and then proceed from there. And of course, that's just it's an idea I've had for a while now. It's a great idea. It just needs to get it started. And that will solve. Oh, well, anytime you add more people to a situation, it makes things worse. So if we get the people who broke in out of the way, we'll be sitting pretty. We'll know what we have to deal with then. So it's a good spring cleaning, even if it is summer. Yeah, absolutely. So that's what you can. That's a. And then plus I can use like the Back to the Future theme song, but with that. So like I wasn't quite thinking of that at the time, but yeah, back to basics, back to the starts, back to the beginning, back to the future, go back home. We've got our own problems. Yeah, Dandy, that's disgusting. Ugh. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting. That's un-American. And then do you guys do anything like do you guys do like the same thing before, quite frankly, like an hour before the show starts? Are you like getting your like your drinks together? Are you like finishing up dinner? Are you like finishing up phone calls? Like, well, hey man, I've enjoyed talking to you, but it's almost 7 o'clock. The show's gonna start. I can't even talk. Can't even finish a word because you're trying to get them off the line that fast. I don't know what other folks do. Like I know you guys, do have lives before the show, but I mean like before the show actually starts, do you have like your one favorite chair that you sit in? Do you have to like no, I'm gonna be in the study. Get out of here. I'm gonna have to close the door. Everybody leave me alone while I'm in here. Um, do you have to tell people like, hey, shut up for 2 hours, Frank's on, or like does it stay quiet at your house? Do you have to or like ever is your house the house where everybody kicks it at and you got to kick everybody out by 7 o'clock where it's going to be too loud? That's why I pressed number 2 for Spanish. Should have never happened. That sounds right. This is America. Speak English. I know it was part of Mexico before, but it's not part of this part was not part of Mexico before. If anything, people in my time zone should have a New York accent, but I can't really pull that off. Jules, yeah, the only one you have to negotiate with is a cat. Sometimes if the cat is being stubborn, it's hard to get your point across. It depends on the cat. Oh, Swanee says I do not allow anyone in my sanctuary, so it's not an issue of getting the time alone for the show if I'm not working. Absolutely. Dandy says I'm single. It's just me and my laptop, and then the cat. LOL. Absolutely. Joe Taylor says I have the marijuana license, so no gun rights in Florida. Oof. Okay. That's great. Yeah. I tried to do right about 5:45. Well, I've got an alarm that goes off at 6:15. So, but right about 6, I try to go for about maybe 5:45. I'll lie down just to rest my eyes just because they're still not better yet. And if I have been looking at a lot of stuff, then they need to rest, or maybe I just need to lie down flat on the heating pad. Maybe I just need to be still for a while since I do take a lot of caffeine, so it is hard to relax with the extra stress going on. So that's kind of teaches myself to like calm down. You have to be up in an hour, but let's just be calm now. And then of course I start getting antsy at like 6:08. So 6:15 rolls around, my alarm goes off. I'm like, I'm already up. And then I will have the laptop on somewhere between like a half an hour to maybe about 25 minutes before the show starts because I do try to be in the chat room at a quarter till, so 6:45. So I finish up whatever I need to do at about 6:40. Run to the restroom, to get drinks, get everything set up that I usually have, and then just it depends on who shows up. Sometimes the chat room starts popping up early, sometimes it doesn't. And in that time, depending on the day, I can real quick check to like either like make sure I'm on top of my bills, but I've got one here. I don't remember if I try to pay it as soon as like I'll use a credit card. I don't like to, but if I use a credit card, I try to pay it off. Like I don't wait for the due date. I'll as soon as it posts, I'll pay it off. So I always have that there, so I don't have to think about it. I can check on that. If I have to do it like a tweet before the show ends, if it's a Friday, I can check that out. I can do like little things like that for the channel. Like how you can't schedule a post for Twitter unless you're on the laptop. So that's when I gotta bounce back and forth. I can do those things then. And then the show starts up and it's just pedal to the metal for 2 hours. Oh, Dandy says, I'm still waiting for the cat to type a message when she walks on the laptop. Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. Oh, I've had that happen before. Wally says, Arden and I watch QF in different rooms usually. I have known to ask her to bring me a drink by the chat room message. Nice. Like just sit in the chat room like and just having a conversation, then just type. And suddenly like, oh, it's just ice rattling and like here's a lemonade. Jules, well, I have well trained my cat. He knows who rules. Absolutely. Oh, John Rogers, I've been in Ohio 35 years. I still have my Missouri accent. Yeah, he does speak a little bit more like well, you're just speaking with folks on the phone from all over the country. He does not sound. I would say you can tell he's not from here, but that kind of sounds like an insult. Like it's not like he's doesn't belong in Ohio. It's just you can tell when people are not local after a while. It's not a bad thing. You can just tell. Oh, Patrick said it's all good because it's midnight. It's so quiet. Yeah, that's a good thing about this time of day going live. Like, knock on wood, it's any insanity or like craziness going on route whatever or sirens and all that stuff would usually calm down when the 7 o'clock hour rolls around and hopefully folks are inside eating and being being fucking quiet. Swanee says, I grew up between St. Louis and Cape Girardeau, almost exactly in the middle between them. Now it's I know I could probably pinpoint this better, but it's like Swanee and then John Rogers are like from like the same ish area somewhere by where Dorothy Gale lives. Oh, Dandy's back from the balcony. Hells yes. And that's the thing about Dandy. For the longest time, I thought Dandy was a guy. Well, I assume everybody's a guy. And so I thought Dandy was a guy. And then for a while, I thought Dandy was a girl. But then that didn't make sense because Dandy makes me laugh way too much for him to be a girl. But then I'm back to he's a guy. I'm like he's a guy. I'm like 99% sure that's a dude. Oh, Jules, it's hot as hell here. If you moving around, yeah, ugh, that sucks. Yeah, Dandy's officially a guy. Okay, that's good. It came. It was just this year. That's okay though because I thought Arden was a dude until for like out of all the people that like I know what they are. Like I really thought Arden was a dude until like a couple of years ago. It's been recent, and it's just it doesn't change anything really. It's just like oh, uh, Hey, gotta change my whole head canon around. It's like when Frank had people first calling into the show back in 2015, 2016. They're like, yeah, I'm so and so from the chat room. And Frank's like, you're a girl? So we just assume everybody's a guy. That was always great. That Swanee's right. That's true. There's no such thing as women on the internet. Everyone is a guy. That is true. Dandy, tall, dark, and handsome. Yes, I am. Thank you. Kidding. No, sometimes I'm taller. Sometimes I'm 6'4", but not when I'm on camera. It doesn't do any good. Joe Taylor says I'm a transplant to Florida from New Jersey. Oh, just like my dad, 19 or like 77, and people still notice some words like water, ambulance, etc. Yeah, yeah, that's Gray is from New Jersey and then on purpose moved to Florida. And the Florida accent, they have a very clear way of speaking that like you would assume going south they'd have a more southern accent. I'm sure some of them do, but some of them do have a very clear way of speaking. I've heard this. I worked with a girl, she was originally from Florida and then she moved this away, but it just are articulate, very easy to understand. And then you have that on top of the New Jersey, which is, like they've got their pronunciations. They've got it's a little bit of a New Yorky type of an accent. So if you can imagine those two together, that's exactly how Gray Still Plays sounds. I can hear it because I know where he's from, but it's I can hear, and he does every once in a while slip in the New Jersey accent, and it sounds almost like a Brooklyn accent. And I wish it would stop because I love that man enough. I can't love him any more than I already do. And then he does that. Yeah, Arden is a dude. Yeah. Like Dr. Arden from American Horror Story. Uh, um, uh, wasn't Coven. The one when they're in the insane asylum. Son of a gun, I gotta look it up. Oh, that's pissing me off. It's one of my favorite seasons, too. What is this? American Horror Story. It was like the second season. I'm gonna feel so dumb when I look this up. Wasn't Murder House? People go on about the first season of American Horror Story like it's the shit. It's not. It's not the best season. It's good. Watch it. Watch it. It's Evan Peters. Come on, watch it. But it's not the best season. It is not. It has great stuff, but it's not the best season. Asylum. Fucking Asylum. But yeah, Dr. Arden from Asylum. But then at the same time, you've got Marvis Arden, which is Mae West. But no, yeah, out of all the people, as long as folks have been around, I thought Arden was a dude until like a couple of years ago. Maybe after they. Wait, when did I know that they were married? And I didn't even piece together, like, I wasn't even thinking for 1 second. Like, I know Wally's a dude, and I thought Arden was a dude, and I know they're married, but I never thought they were gay. I don't know why I never even put that together in my head, not even for 1 second. But yeah, Arden was a guy. I think I found out Arden was a chick, and then I found out they were married, and then it stuck in my head because I'm sure I knew before and I just forgot. Sorry. Swanee's right. The username does seem feminine. Just acting. Maybe. Spend the night versus sleepover. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Spend the night sounds more like you met somebody and you're taking them home, whereas over a sleepover sounds like when you're a teenager, like we're gonna sit up and eat pizza and drink soda and play video games all night. Or one thing he was doing, he was pronouncing radiator as radiator. Radiator. And that was, I'm sure enough people in the comments. So I'm like, you can't say that word that way. Nobody pronounces that word that way. And this is, I don't know if this is just him, but like shrapnel, like, like an explosion goes off, stuff goes flying, it hits you, shrapnel. He doesn't say it that way. He says shrapnel. I don't know why he says it like that. Nobody's ever said that word that way, but he does. I'm not going to start saying that way, but maybe just he's very articulate. Gray's one of the most articulate, well-spoken Americans you're ever going to hear. I can understand every single word that man says at all times, and I don't know where he gets it from. What acting he's had, training, what? I want that training. Everyone on the internet is gay. That's true. Everyone's online is a bunch of gay guys. There's no women. And then, well, Arden, I know I've seen it as a last name twice, but once it was for a guy, then another time it was for a girl. And both times I'm like, I know somebody with that last name or with that name. Patrick is saying, yeah, most Americans think us Brits all speak like the Queen, but you can go 30 miles in any direction and the accent is different. I like that about the UK. It's because, like, the way, like, the royals speak, it's just very, well, just posh. And, everything's correct and proper and just not wasting. But then if you get out away from that, you speak to, like, real English people. They talk how they speak, so they sound normal. They're not putting on airs. That's just the way they talk. And then you've got things like the Cockney accent. Michael Caine, that's how he speaks. Moon Bunny says, I literally cannot process the Irish accent nor the East Indian accents. John Rogers, yeah, Arden has been in the chat for a long time. She said she's been around, I think she said like 6 or 7 years. And like 7 sounds right. She's been around for a minute, a long. She was around. See, like I say again, that there was like the time, like the 2015, 2016 time. If people were around then, it's like a whole separate thing from people who joined later. But I believe she was around for that amount of time, or in that time. Yeah, East Indian accent. Indians, they speak the way a person is. Like if somebody learned to speak English with Braille and they just had the dots, that's how it sounds. It's not. It's the way a computer speaks English, and I don't mean that as an insult. That's a fact because I've had to listen to those people speak, and it's like if you ever heard somebody speak and never come up for air in 5 minutes, yeah, I check out. I'm not listening to that if you're not tough. And then Irish, I delved so heavy into Scottish, I stayed away from anything Irish just so I wouldn't, confuse one for the other. I like Irish folks, so I don't have an issue with the accent. If it's hard to understand, I could probably figure it out eventually. If I can learn Scottish, I could learn Irish. Oh, Danny, Brits speak like dead people. Oh yeah, the Queen, yeah. Yeah, she finally dropped off. I love all the UK accents. Maybe it's like the US, like you hear somebody talk, you can pinpoint where they're from. Yeah, Wally, like 2016 or 2017. Yeah, she's been around for a minute. Joe Taylor, I just discovered you have 2 different names on YouTube. How the hell does that happen? Now is it the same account with 2 names? Because you can say have like your handle, the way it appears in the chat room can be different than the way it, like, for example, like when I have to, like, how do I explain this? If I have to, I mean, I do have to stylize my last name. I have to make the capital L a capital L, so somebody can't use say like just like a letter I to spoof my name. But the way my handle has to be, say, for my YouTube channel, which is this, you see, it's different than like the way my handle appears the first time, just spelled normally. That can be different than the way you have your second handle with the at. So you can have the one account, but have your name be two different things with that same account. Like I could have still been like just Nikki M in the chat room, but then had my handle with the at been Nikki M Carlin, if that makes sense. If Swanee's close, you missed the L. Oh, Moon Bunny. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, there are some people I don't understand what Penelope Cruz says ever. I love the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Ian McShane. I have no idea what that woman is saying. The only time I've ever understood anything Penelope Cruz said is when she played Donatella Versace and she was speaking with an Italian accent. I understood everything she said. I can understand nothing of what she says in Pirates of the Caribbean. She needs subtitles. And then what did they do with the fifth one? They got Javier Bardem, who one I can't look at, and two I can't understand. And so that was just that. So yeah, I don't understand some Spanish speakers at all. And then they speak so fast, but they move so slow. And I can say that because I can say that. I've seen Pan's Labyrinth. Don't watch Pan's Labyrinth if you think it's gonna be like What Dreams May Come. Don't go into it with that. Joe Tay 2005 and other chats. I don't think I've only ever seen you come up as Joe Taylor. Now, if you do have another, if you have another Gmail account that can create another YouTube account for you, since it's all connected, that's the issue I had the one time. It tried to make another chat room for me with. I had to make another email address, and it tried to make a YouTube account for that, which I didn't want it to do. But I'm back on the correct thing here. Yeah, I do have other Gmail accounts. I'm not going to mess it. You know what? Something else this TV does not let me do. It does not let me go to, because YouTube will let you go down to, I believe it's library, and then you can go across, and then the last option is your videos. I could look at my videos on my old TV, but it won't let me look at them on this one. And then it gives me an issue about signing out and signing back in, but it's okay. I've got playlists of all my videos anyway, this piece of shit. Joe Tate 2005 is your old Earthlink account. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, maybe if it never got deleted or disabled, or I don't know why you would do that, but I'm sure you can. Maybe it's just up and still exists and it's around. So it's how the internet is. If you don't delete it or anything like that, it just exists forever, for better or for worse. Oh man. Say 2005. Wait a minute, when did YouTube start? Yeah, America's still great. It's just the people who shouldn't be here that make it suck. I said that in the chat room. I'll say it again. Okay. And that messed me up on Friday. I had such a bad Thursday, and then I was having a good Friday. I thought two problems got fixed. Turns out it was only one, because can you see that? You're moving. Still haven't fucking fixed that. So yeah, I had a great time at the Friday show. You know, thought everything was getting fixed up and going well. Had Rumble fixed. Thought I had my glasses fixed. Yeah. um. Forget how this happened. Because Frank got the last call of the night, and the person speaks, and they sounded familiar, and they sounded young. And there's one voice that sounds familiar and young, but that this person can't be that young. They've got to be maybe in their not to say this is old. I'm just saying this person is maybe in their 60s, 70s. I don't know how old they are, but I was kind of scared because I recognized the voice. And then Frank had to tell Matt. He's like, "Yeah, this is Gadget Doc's dad, whose name is also Brian O'Connor." And Gadget Doc's dad sounds exactly like him. Like the same laugh, the same speed, the same tone of voice, the same everything. It's uncanny. It's scary. It's really scary how maybe they were close. How does a son sound so much like his father? Yeah, I'm sure they were close. And I'm glad he called in. I kind of wish he would call in more because he's always in a great mood. He seems like a great guy. But I would never speak to that man because he sounds just like Gadget Doc. And yeah, I'm crying right now. And it's got to be like when Frank played that clip of Pam when his dad was in the studio and his dad had that reaction. But this is different. This is an alive person who sounds just like a dead person. And I was friends with that person. And I was the person who had to find out that he had passed and tell everybody about it. So it is great to hear from Gadget Doc's dad, but it is extremely difficult to hear from him. And because of that, like I could never reach out to the man to say, "Hey, I knew your son," and things and stuff and blah blah blah, because the man would talk to me and I would just cry the way I'm crying now. But I'm glad he's out there. I'm glad he's a Frankly. I'm glad he called in. And then he mentioned, I won't say his name because at the time when Gadget Doc passed, his son was underage. So I do know his name. I'm just not going to say it. Um, but I think he said that Gadget Doc's son is 18 now, and I guess I could. I know he's I know he's a Libra. Pardon me. My nose runs when I cry. But I think he said he's 18 now, and it's like that just blows my mind because this we heard this kid go from having like a kid's voice to an adult's voice, and like in the course of a few months. So it's like, yeah, he's hit puberty. But that was nice. And then I thought that's got to be so weird to hear your. Maybe it's good to like still hear somebody speaking and they have the exact same voice as your father. I don't know if that would do to me, but um maybe it's good. It's got. I'm just gonna assume it's good. He's got family around him. It's got to be good. Yeah, D Live is still giving John Rogers a hard time. Yeah, well, yeah, Joe Taylor, it sucks. I wanted to. I wasn't gonna bring it up at all until I get to that part in year 21. But since he did call in, it's just to figure what happened. One on a holiday, and the sun's in a water sign. And I was having I can't have good days when the sun's in a water sign because something will come in to just wreck it, which I get punished for it, to be quite honest. I wouldn't say this was a punishment. It's good to hear from him. Um, yeah, that's just maybe I just haven't worked through it yet, even though it's been however many years it's been. But I'm glad he's a Frankly. It amazes me that people are like, yeah, my sister got me watching the show, or I watched the show and now I got my kids watch it, or like something like that. It's not just it's a family thing. It's not like you're just the only Frankly in your family. It's like you've got a cousin who watches it too, or like, yeah, my uncle watched it and then he got me into it. That sort of a thing. So I do like that happens. So it is good that like it sucks that he did pass. Of course, it's never gonna get over that. but it is good that he does have family that I don't know if they were Franklies before. I don't know if they became Franklies after he passed, but they keep up with the show they watch and they stay in touch with us. That's very important because if somebody does pass, I mean, it sucks and all, but if you do have family left behind, like we want to know that the family's still doing okay, that eventually you got back on your feet, or like things sort of evened out, so that's good that he stays in touch, and he's always in such a good mood. He must just be like one of those naturally happy guys. And I don't know anything about him. I don't know his birthday. I don't know his age. I don't know anything about the guy, except he sounds exactly like my friend. So maybe they're both water signs. Who knows? So yeah, that happened. And again, out of all the stuff that does happen on the show, whether it's sometimes something's so funny, I've got to, like I can't look at the screen. I've just got to laugh, or I'm like screaming, just something so funny. Just got to catch my breath. But I'm usually always, present in the room. I don't have to like move away from the screen. But that I I had to take the glasses off for that call. That was hard to listen to. And it's again, it's not like the room was so big. It's not like there was people acting up and I had to keep my eye on the room, or anything like that. There nothing was going to pop off while I looked away for like a minute or two cuz I was crying. But yeah, that was there's too many that's twice now because Frank's covered um Sky King, and then we had that call come in, and that's been within the last couple of months. That's too many feelings to be having it, quite frankly. That's okay. Those are very rare. It's a fun place. It's never and that's the thing too. When something sad does come up like that, ever, whether it's myself personally feeling it, whether somebody is bummed out in the chat room, whether it's like a story that a few people are bummed out about. Well, within a minute, within 30 seconds, there's something's either going to come to mind, or somebody's going to say something, or I'm going to say something that's funny or silly or off topic, or just change the subject, just something different that's going to, like lighten the mood. So it's never a doom and gloom, say, episode, or it's never like, oh man, that half hour, quite frankly, was so sad. It's never, it's not like that for me. It's, if something does come up that's tragic, anything like that, if we do find out there was, somebody had a passing in the family, it does not take long at all for somebody to say something. Something will happen. And like the jokes are coming along, we're having a good time. So it's hopefully people are not like hearing something bad say at the start of the show and then it stays with them for the rest of the show. Like I really do hope the chat room does cheer them back up and then, think about it later. But it's like don't be sad when you're at the show. Like save it for later. There's time after you can cry after the show's end. Oh, Patrick, just shows how considerate you are, Nikki. Beautiful soul. Thank you. I knew that guy for a long time. I'll get around to it when it happens. This is gonna be I don't want to have to go through that again. Nobody should have to. Everybody's pretty healthy. We shouldn't have to go through that again. That's too much. It was oh, Joe Taylor, just reiterating what Patrick said. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully that was a one-time thing. Everybody else is healthy, and yeah, that's just there was and then it kind of ties into that had happened back in year 21, and then jump ahead to this year. That's another coincidence that I brought up before. There are no coincidences. I don't care for that one in particular. So like, as much as I would like to cover Gadget Doc and just kind of have that be the end of it, just to keep those feelings there, it will have to come up again for this year because I didn't know things were going to happen like that. And Swanee, yeah, my health is always questionable. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't know about health. And on the one hand, like I do healthy things, but I don't feel I maybe feel maybe like 5% healthy. I don't I don't it's like you put in all this effort to do healthy things and like the results seem less than I get more results from losing weight than from being healthy. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Like that thing Frank said, people get energy from fasting. Like I'm always tired. I get up with my 300 milligrams of caffeine, pop that pill, and then I'll have energy for a half an hour to an hour. Hangovers are not healthy. No, I stopped drinking because I can't lose a whole. It was 2 months ago today. I lost an entire day because I was hungover. Literally, the only thing I could do was watch that Frank and Jim Zell were on a podcast. I want to say it was the end of last year, but then I found this on January 1st. It's a three-parter that Frank and Jim Zell did discussing the JonBenet Ramsey case, and I'm going to share with you the tweets. 3 parts. Now I've got this on my page. If you go to my home page, you can go to the year 24 video. It's the second, third, and fourth video. It's the 3 parts to this. It's does discuss the JonBenet Ramsey case. It does have some heavy stuff in it. I personally watched it before I had eaten anything that day. I could have heard the stuff after I'd eaten, but that second video does have a part where I'm still traumatized that I watched it on January 1st. But it goes heavy into what they know about the case. It's because I had asked Frank Zell, I'm like, are there any good documentaries about the case? And he's like, no, they're all shit. Just, paraphrasing. He's like, no, none of them are good. Just wait for this to drop. Then this came out and he shared it with me, or I got my hands on it somehow. Watch it. It's very good, very detail oriented. It may have details about the case that you've never heard other places. I would hope it does. One thing it does have that I can't find anywhere else is that, like when the Zells call into, quite frankly, like they're on their phones and then it sounds very phony. The audio was not great. This has perfect audio. I don't know where these men were when they filmed it, but it's like they got microphones right in front of them, so you can hear Frank and Jim Zell perfectly clearly, like clearer than you can hear them on, quite frankly, and that's lovely. But then they're talking about dark stuff, so. But yeah, that's all I did 2 months ago. I was so hungover, I couldn't even concentrate to, like, I didn't want to even like click back and forth on videos. I'm like, I just want to play something and just let it play. And so I just had that playing and I was hungover. That was a fun day. But yeah, it's a good podcast. Just watch it. Maybe don't blast it out of your car stereo. I mean, maybe I would, but I'm kind of weird like that. They're the Zells. Fuck off. It's good, but it's dark. So that's how I spent that day. Oh, Swati, 95% of men on my dad's side never lived past 65. So at best I have 21 years left. Watch you get to 66 just to show them all. Like I showed you fuckers. Now, is it just like a health thing where suddenly they get sick and pass away, or is there like a family curse, or are the men just accident prone? Like, hold my beer, watch this explosion. Like, well, Grandpa had to die of something. Patrick saying that boys tend to follow their mother's traits, so you're okay. And Swanee says, well, if that was the case, I'd be that was the case, I'd be 200 pounds overweight and an alcoholic. Oh man. Yeah, I think it can be 65. I wouldn't want to live to be that old, but you can. Then you can do like the if you're a Star Wars fan, you can do some kind of Order 66 joke. I don't know how you would. I'm not gonna live to be that age, but I would make a joke. Like my chiropractor's name is, well, I would never call him this. I don't like to use casual names, but his name is Martin. People call him Marty, which is fine. But then what happened was Future Day, October 21st, 2015. I was off work that day. He had to work that day. I could have ran down to his office. Marty, you've got to come back with me. But it's a doctor's office. I didn't want to be, yeah, it would have been funny, but I don't know if they would have got the joke, so I didn't go down there. Could have, didn't. Oh, I'm glad you guys had a couple of hours to spend on a Saturday and or Sunday night, depending on where you're at. And that was good. I got through everything I had notes on for the week, I believe. For well, except Monday. I honestly don't remember what happened on Monday. Maybe it was. I'm sure it was fun. I didn't write anything down. I don't know. We were there. Stuff happened. Monday. Wait, Monday was Frank had book club at the end. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. So yeah, so look out for July 1st. I don't know where it's gonna be, but Frank's gonna drop a link to the new Discord that he's started. So look out for that. Patrick's got 3 years left. Oh man. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock already. It flies by. It's faster when you're on camera. It's slower when you're in the chat room. I'll tell you that since I've been on both sides of it. I I don't know. Well, I don't know how to have that kind of conversation. I don't want to be all about Frank's DMs all the time. Like, what's it like being live? Why are you asking me? No. Yeah, Swanee. Yeah, Dancing Swanee video comes up on Monday. I will be exiting out of the video for that amount of time to spare this TV. I've seen it. I'll watch the new video. If there's an updated video, I'll watch that. But I don't know about the old one. I might have that one memorized. Yeah, it was great to see everybody, and smash the like button if you haven't already. And it's still doing it. It'll say like it's 9:02 p.m., but I've got 9:03 p.m. on the laptop. And then yeah, so it's gonna be well, dropping my usual video on Sunday. Then got Frank for 3 days. And right now, as it sits, he did say Chris Ann Hall is going to be on. We'll see how that goes. I better not have jinxed it, or I will never forgive myself for it. She's one of my favorites. And yeah, Frank for 3 days, and me for 3 days. And let's see. I really do want to try to do another chat room stories next time, but we'll see. Just with stuff going on, it just didn't happen this week. But that's all right. This was still fun. I wanted to touch on some of the stuff while it was fresh too. And plus, we did have some extra time. Monday, we had that extra hour. I remember that now. Wow, I can't believe that came back to me. We had an hour. I believe Frank went live at like 9 or 10:30. So we had an extra hour of quite frankly time on Monday. Then we had the Monday show. I remember that. Wow. I can't remember back that far. How did that happen? So yeah, that did happen. And then we had that extra time on Thursday, whenever the debate time was. So we got some extra, quite frankly, in this week. And then you guys are awesome for showing up. And of course, always support all of your favorite YouTube content creators, like their stuff. Subscribe with notifications, all notifications on. Check out their merch. Check out their affiliates. Check out, quite frankly, TV for his sponsors. Since I've done the Cultivate Elevate, I've done the Yes Cacao. I'll have more about that coming up soon. Coming up in July, actually. And Dandy is still a guy, so that's good. We'll have to make sure Dandy's a guy every show just to be safe. We'll get him married off to a guy, a girl. Straight guy? No. Everybody's straight. Nobody, wait, no, everybody's a gay guy online. I remember that now. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, you're gay. You can be gay for Frank. I don't know what to. I'm straight except for this one guy, pulls out a picture of Frank on your phone. Yeah, Bunny, yeah, big hugs. Great weekend, everyone. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up and having a couple of free hours and have a good Independence Day, which is July the 2nd. It's not Independence Day, that's different. We'll be together for that. But July 2nd, do something that day. Like you can piss off your neighbors and set off your fireworks 2 days early and then just tell them they're wrong and just tell them to go watch Chris Ann Hall. However you want to do it. Swanee, yeah, I'm not gay, but my boyfriend is. Yeah. It's a Carlin Swanee. You got close, but thank you. Yeah, good night to everybody. And don't forget your pants if you did take them off. Otherwise, they'll be sitting around for a few days. And I steamed this. I got a steamer for it, but I don't know if it would just be better to iron it. And then I hung it up, and then it just does the swoopy wrinkle thing. I just can't win. We'll see. I'll get that sorted out too. But yeah, I'm so glad you guys made it. I'm glad there was some happy birthdays today. We'll have to try to have some cake sometime. I totally forgot about it. I can't really do any snacking. When the sun gets into Leo, we'll have some cake then. We'll see what we can do. And yeah, have a great night, John Rogers. Great night to everybody. And then let me get in the middle of the shots. Gotta update how I feel like this comes down too low. I mean, I've got a bra on. I'm not new. I've got support under everything, but I feel like this comes down too low. Joe Taylor, I put pants on when I go out. Yeah, if I'm not yeah, if any pants on the ground, I just kind of kick into the corner and then you just kind of put on gloves and just toss them into the washer without going through. Like if you leave money in the pockets, it just stays there. Yeah, pants are an outside only thing. As well, yeah, even this time of year, I will still wear pants. I don't have shorts for outside. If it's 95 out of wearing pants. Yeah, don't sniff strangers' clothing either. You don't know where they've been. Oh yeah, it's so much fun seeing you guys. Even though we just saw each other yesterday. That freaking autocorrect, yeah, just I'm not sure where to turn that off at, but yeah, autocorrect is just AI. All right, and I believe I did cover everything. Except that, yeah. And then, yeah, just gotta. I'm coming up with some other topics to come up with to. Yeah, money is washable. Canadian money is not, but I'm pulling together some extra topics to come up with that way. I don't want to always just be like ripping off of, quite frankly, stuff. Well, there's some other things we can talk about. And then if there are other topics you would like to discuss, anything like that, you can put in the comments. I'll get those. All right. That's enough fun for one night. It's only we only have 1 day away from each other now. If you can wrap your head around that, I still haven't yet, but I need to start. It feels like this is just a one-time thing, but then I gotta remember we get the whole week together. Well, we get 3 days together next week, and then 3 days here. It's gonna be fun. The temperature's gonna be right about the same. And I will. I love you guys. And until next time.